Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to BWTM Sports. Thanks for all the new subscribers and thanks to all the new members inside the BWTM Sports group. Thank you so much. We appreciate you on Facebook. Big shout out to Tunde Jai, the trainer of Anthony Yard, the unbeaten light heavyweight from the UK. Shout out to Tunde, Lions in the camp. So thank you so much, Tunde. It's great to have you in the room. And I promise I'm going to catch up with you shortly and we will get you back on the channel face to face. Okay, so I know a lot of you are watching the football and we'll see. May try to do some commentary for the England game. So we'll see how it goes. There's a lot of things going on behind the scenes at BWTM at the moment, trying to get that station up and running by July the 15th. So let's move on. The video is about Chisora versus Takam, Brook versus Cook, and the one that I'm really licking my lips about, Ted Cheeseman against a senior Byfield. At this moment, the fight isn't made, but it's talking quite nicely. The guys is kind of bubbling up, and I think it's going to be a great fight. But let's talk about the fights that are on. Of course, we know the main event is now Dillian Whyte versus Joseph Parker. A lot of people talking about it not being pay-per-view. Well, if you don't like it being pay-per-view, you got two options. Option number one is just don't watch it or watch the replays afterwards on YouTube, or just don't watch it. The other option would be, well, I'm not suggesting the third option because I might get myself in trouble. But yeah, go down to the pub and watch it. Go down to the pub and watch the fight. So you can still get to watch the fight. I still think the idea of boxing in cinemas would be great. Maybe one day the promoter will see the vision and do that. But anyway, moving on. Look, Chisora versus Takam. We knew that fight was talked about, whispered about. You know, what do you say? I always, for me, wanted to see Chisora versus Stavern. I thought that would have been a great fight. Now, I've always thought that Dereck Chisora's style was always built for guys that were taller than him. They could bob and weave, duck under, slip inside, and get inside. That's what I always thought Chisora was best there. And when he fought a guy that was the same height as him, that's where he got knocked out because he could no longer duck and slip inside. His style was made for that. So when David Haye was tagging him with right hands, he didn't know what to do. Now he fights Takam, similar style. If I was going to say something, I would say Takam is probably a better version than Dereck Chisora. Personally, I think Chisora's had a lot of tough fights. And you never know what you're going to get with Dereck Chisora. Unless when he's mad, when he's upset with you, then he kind of comes out firing. But I mean, I think for me, Chisora's kind of long in the tooth now, and this is a great opportunity for him to be in the world rankings in terms of, like, if he beat Takam, obviously we know Hughie Fury's ranked 5. We know Takam's ranked 6 or 7 by the IBF. So it's a great chance to see Dereck Chisora getting a world title shot. You know, get an opportunity to get in the mix for a world title shot, the IBF rankings. So, it's a great chance for him to leapfrog and get himself into world title contention. But to me, I get the impression that Dereck Chisora, he said something a few years back, I think after he had probably one of the worst performances of his career. He says, you know what? I'm not in this for titles. I'm not in this for glory. Pay me and you'll see me fight. So that's something along them lines. So I think Dereck Chisora doesn't care about losing or winning. I think Dereck Chisora really is interested in picking up a paycheck. And he said it quite clear. Takam, on the other hand, you're not going to get that coming out of the man you're not going to get the man from France. He's definitely going to be coming to fight. He's going to be coming to put on his best performance, and he's going to try and get himself into world title contention. So Tyler's Takam may feel a bit hard done by, because obviously he got knocked out by Povetkin, and at the time Povetkin, people would suggest that he may have been on something at the time when he got knocked out by Takam got knocked out by Povetkin, the only guy to have knocked him out to date. But that was a great fight. I don't think that Chisora's got what it takes to beat Takam, and I'm going for Takam to outwork Chisora. You saw Chisora versus Dillian Whyte, a fight that I thought Chisora just nicked. But there were times where Chisora just couldn't keep up with Dillian Whyte, and there were times you saw him backing away from Whyte, not because he was hurt, but because he just was knackered. If you go back and look at the fight, rounds 10 to 12, he was absolutely knackered. I don't think you're gonna have that situation with Takam. Let's get this straight. He didn't get stopped by Anthony Joshua. The referee stopped the fight, but he didn't look anyway buzzed to the point where he should have been stopped. So you can put that Joshua fight to one side. The genuine knockout defeat was against Povetkin, but if you look around the Povetkin fight, even, you know, we've got question marks about that. So for me, I think Takam's going to win this fight. I think he's just a bit better than Chisora at this stage. I think he's the fresher fighter. Chisora's like that, and Takam's kind of like that. I think he's a guy that's going to get better. Takam, I think they said that Takam, when he fought Joshua, had no sparring or very little sparring against Joshua. I expect Takam to be in good shape. He knows what he's got on the line there, and a good performance against Dereck Chisora. Well, hey, you know, I think Chisora's kind of always fallen short against the elite, and I think this is Takam's opportunity to say, you know what, I'm a bit better than a gatekeeper, and you know, I can still be a force in the heavyweight division. So this is a fight for Takam. Should Dereck Chisora come in motivated? But it's just that if he comes in motivated, no, I'm going to go with the guy that's consistent, and I'm going with Carlos Takam. Now, if Chisora were to win against Takam, what a win it would be. It'd be a tremendous win by Dereck Chisora, but I'm going to Takam for this one. Okay, the second fight up, Kell Brook versus Cook. Very quickly. Cook is tailor-made for Kell Brook. Kell Brook likes guys that are flat-footed, come forward in their hands, walk out like this. If you walk like this against Kell Brook, you know what's going to happen. I can see what's happening. I can see from here. The same right hand I saw Luke Watkins going to get knocked out with by a Coley is the same right hand I can see this guy Cook walking onto. I can see him walking onto one of them big right hands, them chocolate brownies from Brook. I can see Brook walking on, then boom down the pipe, either for the right hand or the right uppercut. One of them two shots is going to knock Cook out. Cook, they call this a world title elimination, but like I said, I joked the other day, this is elimination to get eliminated. There is no way that Kell Brook is beating Hurd. He's not beating Charlo. So them two guys are going to eliminate him already. So there's the guy that just beat what's the boy's name? Ali for the title. Meningua. I don't know pronounce the guy's name properly, but he's like a Gerald Hurd. He's that big. I just don't see Brook beating him either. I think Brook's unfortunate because he is a big welterweight, but a small light middleweight in comparison, you know. So Brook, I think, will knock this guy out clean, 3-4 rounds, if that. He'll knock this guy out clean, bang, you know, one of them spectacular knockout reels. And then we'll talk about world title fights. But I think he'll knock him out, and maybe we'll hear the Khan v. Brook thing talked about all over again. Let's move on to the next one. The fight that I really am licking my lips over. Ted Cheeseman, who his fight against Carson Jones looked okay, but his last fight against Paul Upton looked much more improved. I think this fight against Cheeseman and Byfield is going to be one of the fights of the year. I'm telling you now, this is going to be a great fight because Cheeseman will come forward and Byfield will meet him. Byfield's probably one of the classiest operators we've got in this country that's under people's viewpoint. Like, people don't see him because he's not on a big shows. But the man from Reading is a one to watch. I'm telling you, Byfield has got class. The Ghost, Team Ghost, box orthodox, box southpaw, switch hitter, decent chin. Has gone to the States and done some sparring with Haney and what's the other guy's name? Did do some sparring with. Did he spar with Tank as well? I think he might spar with Tank as well. Good fighter, switch hitter. Only thing I don't like about Byfield is that he's not been active. A guy like that has got to be active. He's got to be active. I'm just reading a comment here from Carson Jones, who's fighting, I believe, next weekend. And he's going to try and get an interview with us. So just let you know about that as well. I think it's going to be a great fight between Byfield and Cheeseman. If you want to look Byfield, check out his last fight again. I think Sammy Ines. I think Ines, he was the West Ham fighter. He was touted to beat Byfield, and Byfield took him apart in a class display. I really don't want to see Byfield. I think Byfield's fought since then, but it's old. He's promoted by Mickey Elliott, but I think he's a top fighter that the British fans haven't seen yet. And all right, I'll make a statement here, and it's a big statement, but I think Byfield, skill-wise, it's the closest thing we've got to Terence Crawford, and that's a big statement. I'm saying that in terms of skill sets. Switch hitter, does it with class move, good jab, good box ability, punches well, put his punches together. He's got that class, and he's an entertainer as well. Byfield's the closest thing we've got to Crawford. I'm not saying he's Crawford. I'm not saying he's in the class of Crawford. I'm saying he's the closest thing we've got to Crawford in terms of all that sort of skill and stuff. You know, so, yeah, take a look at him, mate. He's a very good fighter. He's a very, very good fighter. I just think inactivity and not seeing him out on the big stage is something we haven't seen. I think he's much more talented than Josh Kelly. Definitely more talented than Josh Kelly. But he hasn't had that fight to show us. But he definitely has got the skill set. Whether he's got the heart, the determination, I don't know. But I know he's had a bit of a struggle in his life, so I don't know. I can't say that because I haven't seen him in that sort of situation. But from what I've seen of him as a fighter and the skill set he's got, absolutely fantastic. So those are the 3 fights. Let's see what people are saying in the room. Yes, 100 Boxing UK. Good to see you in the room. I'm good, man. I'm good. I have to say the card is very good, although I'm not sure how much it will be. 19.99. Take it from me. Get the feeling they didn't give Tony Harrison a call. No, I don't think they're going to give him. Rebchenko was a harder fight. Yeah, Rebchenko probably wasn't a harder fight, but Rebchenko was past it, wasn't he? Rebchenko was past it. And this guy now, Cook, is going to get blown away. He's going to get absolutely blown. He's going to get smashed to bits. But don't let that fool you. 2 big knockout wins. Don't let that fool you into believing, well, now, you know, it's interesting how they move Brook. Well, because he gets those 2 knockout wins, suddenly some people relate those 2 knockout wins to him being able to take on Errol Spence. No. If Brook can move up, Spence can move up. So, Josh Kelly at welterweight is going to get found at a high level. Well, I wouldn't like to see Josh Kelly fighting the likes of Thurman, who wings punches in from a distance, and you know, those are certain fights. I'd like to see Josh Kelly against Sean Porter. I'd like to see that fight, just because Sean Porter likes to rush in. Josh Kelly against Danny Garcia. Garcia takes a great shot. He's got a good big left hook on it of him. Good fights. So there's some good fights at welterweight for Josh Kelly. We'll see how he does again. I mean, they said that Carl Froch would get found out at world level. You know, it all depends on what Josh Kelly's chin is like. Dropping big man with 10 left hooks in a row. Oh, you're making the blood go to my head. Adam Scott. Yeah, I mean, that was impressive, the 10 left hooks that he threw. That was impressive. And people like highlight reels, particularly casuals. Just remember, when you're watching these fights, if you're a hardcore, when you're watching these highlights, just remember to yourself, this is what they're brainwashing the casuals fans with. This is what they're mind controlling the casual fans' mind with. They see these highlight reels, they think, this guy's amazing. This guy's amazing. He could fight Errol Spence tomorrow. I think I heard a statement somewhere. I'm sure I heard a statement. If it was not yesterday, today, Josh Kelly against Errol Spence were coming. What? Look, hey, I'm not. I like Errol Spence. I think he's a good fighter. I'm still not convinced about him getting caught by left hooks, and I'm not too cool on his him coming in straight lines and moving his head. But I think he's a talented fighter. He did beat Brook, which I thought he would beat Brook. But he's still got a little bit more to do. I'm more convinced in Crawford because he's done that a little bit more on his CV. All right. So, but I like Spence. I do like Spence, and I love his trainer, Dereck James, knows the sport of boxing very well. And I'm going to try and get Dereck on the phone as soon as possible. I may try and get him tonight, but it's going to be pushing it. Right. Let me see what else. I don't think there's anything else for me to talk about at the moment. Yep. Check out the interviews that are on the channel at the moment, particularly with Billy Nelson. Often in boxing, we talk to the guys that everybody knows. I'm introducing Billy Nelson to the channel because I think he is a wealth of knowledge. 20, 25 years in the sport of boxing, has churned out world champion after world champion. You know, Scott Harrison worked with Ricky Burns. He's worked with Steven Simmons. He's worked with a list of other fighters. Alex Arthur, a list of fighters. Billy Nelson. They really need to look out those. Billy Nelson, check him out. Talks a lot of stuff. Talks about fighters not knowing how much they're getting paid on fight night. Can you believe that? Talks about fighters, how fighters are losing weight and how dangerous it is. Why we really should bring weigh-ins back on the same day. Talks about his fighter, Martin McCauley. So it's a great opportunity for you guys to get to know another trainer apart from the ones we already know. So check him out. Get to know him more and let me know what your thoughts are on him. Hi, late to the party. Sorry. Hi, everyone. Hello, Stuart. Good to see you in the room, my friend. Stuart Howe, NLP, clinical hypnotherapist from Harley Street. Currently working with Harley Ben, who fights, I think, in July the 6th or the 7th, Walthamstow Town Hall. So if you're local, if you're in London, get down. Walthamstow Town Hall. Harley Ben, the son of Nigel Ben, is back and he's fighting. So check that out. And Stuart Howe's working, doing the old NLP stuff, getting the mind 110% focused for that fight. June the 6th, July the 6th. There you go. July the 6th. Harley Ben, Walthamstow, East London. Check it out. E17. Yep. They should be looking at Bradley Skeet. LOL, says Adam Scott. I'm suspicious of Kelly. He doesn't have in his bag, whilst others telling me he'll get educated if he steps up to that level. Spence makes boxing look peaceful. I can meditate to his fights. I think Leonard Bundy would agree with you when he was laid against the ropes. He was flat out when Spence knocked him out. He was meditating then as well. So, right, this is only meant to be a short video because Savannah Marshall is fighting tonight on 9 p.m. Dave TV. I'll be doing live commentary for that fight. And I got Big Joy Joyce is back, the new Commonwealth champion, who to some people is he's a world beater now that he's beaten Lenroy Thomas. He's now a world beater. So thank you all so much for tuning in. It's a short video. Enjoy the interviews that are on the channel. Channel's gone viral at the moment. Really enjoying it. Once again, 19,000 views. It's good. We're enjoying it. Peter Fury, again, is making the headlines on the channel. Don't forget, 9 p.m. Savannah Marshall was talking about the opponent. I think the opponent's had 10 fights, 2 losses. I think she's Mexican. And she got beat by the current world champion at her weight division, I believe. So I'll be back later, hopefully, with some name in boxing. Whether we get Stavern telling us how his meeting went with Don King, or we get maybe Abel Sanchez telling us how he feels about GGG Canelo, or we get Spence's trainer, Dereck James, on the line. We're going to get someone, hopefully, if the Joyce fight don't go on too long. Amazing work. Keep up the amazing work. Love your channel. Love you too, Stuart. Love you too. Is Liam Cameron fighting? Not tonight. Liam Cameron's not fighting. But we need to find out what the hell Liam Cameron is doing next. Of course, he's promoted by Dennis Hobson. So we'll just have to wait to see when the next free sports event is going to happen. So I think maybe that's, obviously TV dates is probably what he's working on that as well. I think they were talking about possibly him fighting for the European title. I don't know if that's true or not. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, that's it from me. Biggies, good to see you. Right, I'm out of here. Thank you all so much for your support. Keep subscribing. Keep sharing the videos. Man, stuck on 5,000 subscribers. We need to get this up. Free Sport. Yes, Free Sport. Yay. Give a shout out to Free Sport. Right. I'm out of here. Much love to you all. And I'll see you soon. Oh, live commentary, of course. 9 p.m. I'll be back here. Take care.